I'm setting off on another EV adventure, this time from Christchurch to Wellington, towing a trailer and with as much stuff packed into the Leaf and trailer as I can. In total, we're hauling about 2 tonne to the North Island. That's made up of first the car, a dry mass of 1.5 tonne, then a fiberglass shuttle trailer at 260 kg, which gets us up to 1.8 tonne, and then we stuff the car and the trailer filled to the brim with 350 kg of gear. Finally add 2 passengers and we're at a total of 2,300 kg for a 430 kilometre round trip. I've done this trip twice before, so I know we're going to need to charge for just over an hour in total along the journey. That's going to be stopping at Amberley, Cheviot, Kaikoura and Ward before we arrive at Picton tonight. And then in the morning we'll be boarding the ferry first thing for our Cook Strait crossing. We've charged to 90% now, so that's enough to leave Christchurch with, and we'll see what we've got left when we get to the next stop.
So, why am I taking 350 kgs to Wellington, you may ask? Well, every year I sell t-shirts to the Wellington Armageddon, and this is the easiest, cheapest and most convenient way for me to get me, my gear and my stock to Wellington and back. Plus it's a fun drive. This is a video showing what's involved in using a Leaf for work and how it's not that hard to go electric, even when towing and driving long distance is involved.
Alright, so we're now in Amberley. We're at 51%. I probably don't need to charge here, but I'm going to, mainly just because I want to take a moment to double check and see how our energy usage has gone compared to what power trip predicted. So we've just travelled from Christchurch to Amberley, used 50% of the battery, or rather have 51% remaining, and then charging here until I have a chance just to calculate and see if that's on track for what we're predicting, or if we're a bit over or a bit under, and then I'll probably only charge here like 5 or 10 minutes and then keep on going and do the main charge at Cheviot.
Cool, so Powertrip thinks we would arrive here with 55% remaining, but we're actually 51%, but what that tells me is that we are pretty damn accurate in terms of how much it thinks we're going to use. And then it doesn't have me down for charging at all for this, but it thinks we're going to arrive at Cheviot with 6%, so that's not really the most comfortable. I actually can tweak the settings in the app to give me a bit more margin, so I might just do that. We want to make sure we arrive with 10%. I had it set to 5% just because it's nice to see what it can do. Cool, so it's already got us with Amberley automatically, so it just says we need to charge 60%. And that would get us to Cheviot with 11% remaining. So what I may do is I'll go to 65% and then we're good to go.
So we're now about 17 minutes from Cheviot, and we have 33 kilometres left in the battery, and we're showing 24 kilometres to get to Cheviot. So that's pretty comfortable. Before, probably about 10 minutes before, I was feeling quite concerned as we were more like 34 k's remaining on the GPS, and the car was showing about 31 k's remaining. So that's always a bit concerning when you're sort of in that situation, and that's kind of where you get range anxiety. So obviously I was a bit too cocky when it came to charging to only 65% back in Amberley. But it gives me a chance to sort of go into what you can sort of do in those circumstances. So one of the first things I did is I took off cruise control. Cruise control isn't very well, it can be energy efficient if you're sort of always on flats, but it's not very energy efficient whenever you're changing speed, because what cruise control does, it locks in a certain speed, and then it will apply whatever acceleration it needs to get you up to that speed. So if you start going up a hill, it's going to use up lots of acceleration to maintain your speed, when you might be happier going a bit slowly. So if you turn that off, you'll suddenly be able to have more control over slowing down for corners, slowing down for hills, for example. And then the other thing I did after turning off cruise control is I started trying to be consistent about the level of acceleration I'm using. So if you look at the dashboard, most of you know those dots indicate acceleration. So when you're trying to be as energy conscious as possible, you want to try and keep that to 2 dots. and that can be quite hard. You're sort of constantly adjusting your feet to try and get to stay steady 2 dots. From doing those kinds of things, from turning off cruise control, from driving efficiently with acceleration, I've managed to now get us into the situation where we have a more comfortable margin. We've got 33 k's versus 21 k's, and I don't know what we would have had if we would have made it to Cheviot if I just keep on driving it as normal. But it's sort of the thing where as soon as you get into the situation where your range on the car is less than the range to your destination, that's when you want to start taking emergency measures, such as reducing your speed or controlling your acceleration. So that's where we're at, and pretty happy now with getting to Cheviot. I think we're going to make it, but just something to keep in mind for those long journeys. So we made that with pretty much nothing. The dash is showing 3 dots. The estimated range is showing 3 dots. So we'll find out what the actual battery percentages that we have left. It's going to be pretty slim, but obviously I should have allowed a bit more extra charging at Amberley to be sure. But hey, we made it. We're here. We're in Cheviot. We're looking good. Now let's get charging, have some food, and we'll be on to the next stop in Kaikoura. What do we got? Have you noticed how incredibly easy it is for me to start charging, by the way? I love it. New Zealand's ChargeNet system, you just tap in and you're good to go. So it's showing we have 0%. So it's cool. It's the right amount of charge. If we had not charged to 67%, we might not have made it. But, you know, we're here, and we made it, and it's always nice. Alright, so we are charging to 80% here. Maybe a bit more. We'll see what the car trip says. A bit more. Currently 8 minutes into it. I've got my delicacies from the Cheviot bakery. This is the thing, right? People always say to me, I don't want to have to stop and charge. But hey, I can do my tradition of stopping at the nearest bakery and trying their amazing pies and their amazing custard pies. It gives me a chance to like see, you know, try and find the best pie. What I'm trying to say is that the burden of charging is not that great a burden. It gives you a chance to rest, it gives you a chance to stretch your legs, and it gives you a chance to have some great food and laze around. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave my pie and we'll see how long it takes us to get to 80%. After my last experience, I decided to go a bit over. So we're now at 88%. It's taken about 25 minutes and it has cost me $10. So far I think the trip's probably cost about $12. But 89%, that's pretty good. So we're here in Kaikoura. We made it with, I think it was about 25% spare. So we definitely charged a little bit more than we needed at Cheviot, but no matter, better to have more than not have enough. So we are currently at the downtown charger. Now I don't usually use this charger because you do have to pay for parking, and during the middle of the day it is quite busy. I prefer the other charger that's at the New World, just on the way out of town. Also great if you're trying to squeeze every last drop of charge you can out of it, because it gets you further towards Wellington. but this is a great charger to come to at the end of the day, or if it's the middle of the night, because there's more around, there's more restaurants, there's more bars, there's more scenery, and it's a quicker, closer walk to the beach. Beach.
Beach.
What's happening with Power Trip is I put in the amount of weight that we're carrying, but I haven't been able to put in the drag coefficient decrease with the trailer, because obviously I have no idea how to calculate that. So we are running a bit beyond what Power Trip says that we need, but hopefully by having that 20% spare, we'll still arrive, worst case scenario, with 5% remaining, but hopefully best case with about 10%. Anyway, that's us. We're on the road again. Let's go. Charger. Hello, Charger, my old friend. Give us electrons till the end. We are in Ward. We made it with a decent amount left. Power Trip said that we needed to leave Kaikoura with something like 80% to get here with 7% spare. I ended up giving it another 10% just because I wanted to be on the safe side, and we actually did end up arriving here with a grand total of 15%. So we will charge up here till about 80% or so, and then we just have about an hour left to get to Koromiko, just past Blenheim, where we'll be staying for the night until we hop on the ferry first thing in the morning. So that's me, partially almost the last charging stop before our destination. So I think it's this place here. Perfect. Good morning. It is currently 6:30 a.m. and we are all charged up thanks to the lovely Airbnb in Koromiko that we stayed at. So we are just off on the last part of our South Island journey to Picton, and we'll be boarding the ferry very shortly. Alright, that's our Armageddon setup all done with the Nissan Leaf all the way from Christchurch, just to show that a Nissan Leaf can tow and you can do work with it.